The co-regulatory champions were a group of housing providers with their tenants who come together to improve scrutiny. Although we all do scrutiny differently, it's great for us to get together and share our ideas and best practices.
You couldn't have a housing association with a housing stock but no residents. So in effect, we are part of the whole corporate picture and have a good understanding of what's going on within the housing, and of course challenge them, because then we are trying to point out things as critical partners. It's not like we are enemies, we are not on different sides of the fence, but we are partners.
To begin a scrutiny, first problem is what we want to scrutinise.
All the scrutinies that we do are actually all different. They range from a very small one, which we didn't know at the time, which was the responsive repairs, very few recommendations, to the grounds maintenance, which was enormous, where we got the 77 recommendations. It just shows you, until you start a scrutiny, you don't realise how big the topic's going to be.
One of the most successful things that the panel has actually scrutinised is bringing the call centre in-house. Bringing the call centre in-house has actually saved the company a lot of money. This is now beneficial to the tenants, as they've now got a 24-hour point of contact.
As a result of some scrutinies we've done, we've introduced 0300 numbers, and we've also simplified the sign-up process for new tenants. These tenants are also shown how to use their heating and hot water systems. All of these measures have helped both the Housing Association and our tenants save both time and money.
I've just started my first scrutiny exercise, which was on customer care. The reason I started it was because I'm actually new and I wanted to get a flavour of how the organisation was run. I must say I really did enjoy it. I was apprehensive at the first, I was quite nervous about joining it and what it entailed, but I would say now I'm glad I've done it, and I'm looking forward to my next one, and I do highly recommend it.
The scrutiny panel decided they needed to increase customer satisfaction by 25%, and to enable us to do this we looked at all the stats that were available and looked at in particular complaints, because the customer satisfaction was quite low on those. We decided that we would just have 2 stages now instead of 3 stages, which was better value for money. It also focused the attention of the service managers on an outcome.
We are just starting a new scrutiny, and we are doing it on, it's like a community walkabout estate management thing. We managed to gather some papers, because I go on the internet a lot and look for people who've done the same sort of thing, so you can get tips from them on what to do and what not to do. That is something you don't really think of until you start to have a look at and scrutinise what things are and how things go on and how much it costs and all of that. And then you start to get a real idea of just how much goes on that the average tenant never thinks of.
Never sees.
Just done an ASB review, and we went out and spoke to another housing association who's got roughly the same stock level as SOAR, and we actually spoke to their managers of ASB, and it's given the training gives us the confidence to do that.
There was a particular young woman I can think about who came on board to do a mystery shopping. You got the training to be a mystery shopper, and then you did a mystery shopping event for Sohar, which she did and did very well, and met members of staff while she did it. And she said to me sometime afterwards that she was looking for work, and actually a few weeks later was looking through the paper and saw an advert for a job at Sohar. And she said to me that in the past she would have turned the page over because she would have thought that she couldn't possibly work in this organisation. And she applied, got the job, and she's been working at Sohar for around 10 years now. That is what is important, I think, about some of this work, is the training and the confidence that it gives to tenants.
We've reviewed our national scrutiny bodies that we've been operating for the past 2 years. We learned a lot of lessons from that and found it's incredibly difficult to deliver scrutiny exercises at a national level, especially when in an organisation that spreads from Scotland right down to London and the South East. We've learned the lessons from that and reviewing the structure and simplifying it to create a new scrutiny review body.
It's become an exciting time that this new scrutiny body will be formed on a national level, because it's given tenants a wider perspective of how they can give an input to work with the landlord.
We're moving to a national scrutiny review group, which will be approximately 10 tenants working at a national level to pull together the best practice from divisional scrutiny groups and share that learning right across the organisation.
Yeah, well, I really do enjoy being part of the panel. When I was mystery shopper, I was always intrigued to know more information. I wanted more information.
When you're coming up 70, it's much nicer not just to sit and dwindle to nothing at home, but to still be able to go out, use your brain, go different places, especially now I've started doing some work for T-Pass. And it just stops you dwelling, and I keep thinking my body's going to rack and ruin. I don't want my brain to go the same way quite that quickly.
What's our own special offer? 2 for 1.
Yeah, I think that's the easiest way to describe it. I really enjoy it. I find it very interesting and very informative.
The motivating force is this point of seeing something done.
I've been involved in regeneration for over 30 years. For that I received an MBE. I wanted to use this experience within the scrutiny panel because I care for the city of Salford and I care what happens in the area.
Because I know it makes a difference. And I know that my housing association take notice of what I say.
Just to warn these girls up now. It's because of the results we get by working with the staff and the upper management and the chief executive.
So I was kind of bored sitting at home watching afternoon television, and I have quite a few elderly neighbours around me which I'm tending to help out now and again. I thought, well, why not put if I've got any skills to it.
I was sat at home, bored, and the boss started moaning, getting under her feet.
One of the great things about the scrutiny panel is that our recommendations can go straight to the board in the form of a report. That means that residents have direct access to board and board members.
And I must say, I really have enjoyed it, and I do highly recommend people do this, because you get a lot out of it and it is beneficial.